Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It's still Rapid Done right here on Rapid TV. And yes, today, as always, we would be having the big conversations. Only today, we have this conversation in commemoration of the International Human Rights Day, which is celebrated every year on the 10th of December every year. And for this year, the theme is our everyday essential, which just goes as far to explain the importance of our human rights. It is our everyday essential, which means that every day our human rights need to be preserved by our friends, our family, our country, society, community, everywhere we find ourselves. And this is a constant reminder that we all matter. No matter where we find ourselves, regardless of who we are, you know, physically challenged, mentally challenged, physically okay, whoever we are, whatever we find ourselves doing, it's important that our rights are preserved. It's important to also remind you that my name is Martha Alum.
And of course, my name is Victor. Okay, welcome back to the conversation. I was waiting, for you to introduce, thinking that it was the girls' conversation. But no. A little bit of twist today.
No, yes, it's a little bit of twist today because it's such an important day. Yeah. And it's a day that should be recognized by men, women, boy, girl, children, adults, and everyone is a part of this conversation. It's a part of the fight to maintain the fundamental human rights of every single one. And that's why the conversation today narrows down to the celebration. And in commemoration of this day, we have a special guest, Comrade Bade Daniel, who will join us to have this conversation. He's already seated right here. Who would? More like he's coming. He is the Secretary Committee for Defense of Human Rights. Pretty much his job to defend the rights of people wherever he finds himself. Thank you so much, Comrade, for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning, Nigerians, and happy International Human Rights Day.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's just get into the business of today. Now, we have already established the fact that it is super important for us to preserve the human rights of every single citizen of the country. I want you to explain to us why it is important to have a day of commemoration for such a celebration.
Thank you so much. As we all know, every 10th December, the 10th December of every year is International Human Rights Day. And whenever we are talking of human rights, it's something that is not negotiable. Are you getting me? Because even the United Nations, in which Nigeria is a member to, you understand, has already ruled that anything that have to do with human rights is not negotiable. Whether it is man, woman, child, you understand, that is children. Are you getting me? Irrespective of your language, irrespective of your ethnic, irrespective of your religion, anything that has to do with human rights is not negotiable. So, and in the interest of that, it is something that we, Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, have resolved, you understand, to continue to campaign. Are you getting me? That there is no going back. There is no going back. There's no two ways about it than for us to protect the rights of every citizen, irrespective of where you are coming from, or what you are doing for a living. So in conclusion, human rights is something that is not negotiable. It must be respected by anybody, are you getting me, and by any authority, irrespective of who that person is. Are you getting me? Yeah. But it is quite unfortunate that where we are finding ourselves today, people no longer have respect for human rights. Like in Nigeria, if you look at our constitution, 1999 as amended, there are laid down rules, are you getting me? Yeah. Sections in the constitution that has to do with respect to human rights. But if we look at it in Nigeria of today, abuse of human rights is on the high.
Right.
Are you getting me? Which is even being piloted by the president himself, who happens to be the chief human rights abuser of the nation.
How is the president, a chief human rights abuser? In what?
Because these are very
these are strong assertions. Yeah.
No, so it's not something strong assertion. Are you getting me?
Tell us how he is one of the strong human rights abusers.
The president You understand? I remain apologetic. I remain unapologetic to what I'm going to say. You understand? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the chief human rights abuser of Nigeria.
How so?
And why it is, you understand? Because every right of human rights covers even labor rights, aside from individual rights, as enshrined in the Constitution. So when we are talking about the labor rights, you understand? Under labor rights, the right for you to occupy position, you understand, is non-negotiable once you are qualified. Are you getting me? But we could see that the president is practicing what is abused to labor act.
Give us the instances,
You know,
please.
what is practicing what is an abuse to labor act. For example, by elongating the tenure of an incapable, illegal Inspector General of Police.
Why would you call Inspector General Ebetokun, the IGP,
Yes.
as illegal? Why would you call this position illegal?
Okay. Why? I called him illegal, and it's something verifiable that is illegal. Because under the Nigerian labor law, it's either you work for 35 years, or after attaining the age of 60, you retire. Ebetokun has attained the age of 60, is above it, and he has served Nigerian police for 35 years. Instead of the president to let him honorably retire, he kept microwaving him. And this man has continued to display incompetency.
Okay. Do you agree that the president has the constitutional right to appoint whoever he deems fit? It's a yes or no question.
No, yes, he has that right.
Okay, so according to the constitutions, are there restrictions to whom the president can appoint or not? Because when we are making assertions like this, we need to be very clear about the comments that we make. First off, if the president has the constitutional right to be able to appoint whomever he wants without restrictions clearly stated out in the Constitution, how then can you say he's abusing the human rights when he is in fact expressing his own right as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
But thank you so much. But remember, if you say the president has the right, and it is also in the Nigerian Constitution that it's either once you attain the age of 60, you retire, or once you work for a period of 35 years, you retire. But remember that nobody is above the law. So if you say the president has the right, also remember that the president is not above the law. So thereby, it is an abuse of power.
Hold on. We agree that the president is not above the law.
Yes.
But the law states that when a person is caught recently, and in fact there are a lot of adjustments to the law recently, and the Senate sat and decided that anyone that is mentioned in a kidnap offense should be given life sentences. So should be executed or given life sentences, right? So if a person commits such an offense and is taken to custody, you know, to face his crime, the Constitution also says that the president is within his right to give presidential pardon to whomever he deems fit.
Yes.
That does not, in fact, say that the person is not a criminal.
Yes.
But the president is exercising his right as much as the Constitution is playing its part. Because a criminal will be arrested, yes, but the Constitution says that the president can give a presidential pardon. It does not stop this person from being a criminal, right? But it also does not stop the president from exercising his right as the president. How then can you say that the president is abusing the fundamental rights of who in the first place by elongating the tenure of another person for reasons that you clearly might not be aware of?
What are the reasons? You understand? It is obvious. If you are talking of, I agree with you that he has the right to appoint and to fire. Are you getting me? But in the case of this subject matter, it is no longer news that Ebetokun is not competent.
So are you shifting it from age to competence?
Yeah, no.
Let's get rid of going.
I'm going
to balance it.
No. Age, competence.
No, are you getting me? We're on the same page. Are you getting me? That if we are dragging two things, shows that the person in that position is worst to be there.
Not exactly. Let me quickly read something out to you. Because whilst we were talking, yes, the retirement age is 60 years.
Yes.
And of course, service years is 35
years.
But there's a recent adjustment, amendment as well, that allows the IGP to serve a full 4-year term. which is the reason that the IGP's position
Was
elongated. And he's to be in office until 2027.
Please.
Based on the recent amendments.
Listen, you understand? This amendment you are talking about was put to effect after his retirement age in September 2024. When the then Deputy Inspector General of Police for CID, you understand, DIG Sylvester Alabi was supposed to take over as the most senior DIG. Are you getting me? This law was put to effect when Nigeria and likes of people like Omoyole Sowore, Marshal, Deji Adeyanju were clamoring for his immediate sack. That was when the president rushed to this 10th rubber stamp National Assembly. That please, how do we do? I need this guy. Are you getting me? How do we do? Then I said, okay, in that case, let us make some kangaroo adjustment, amendment. That is what the president now did in the month of November 2024. Fact check it everywhere.
All right.
Are you getting me? This, you see what President Tinubu did. You understand? The worst has been done before he went to secure a cure. Are you getting me? If that amendment had been done by June, July, in the year 2024, we will say, okay, no, he's a beneficiary to that new law. The 35 years has clocked, over 60 years has clocked, before they went to look for all those kind of adjustment, which is even an abuse to the Nigerian Constitution.
Let's go back to the conversation on human rights.
Exactly.
Because we've seen that many people, think, especially in Nigeria, that human rights only involve big government issues, right? And that we've dealt with a little bit. But what are some of the everyday human rights Nigerians may not even realize that they have?
Well, you see, in one of the things we need to know is that as Nigerians, you understand, if you look at section 33 of the Constitution, are you getting me? All fundamental human rights are listed there. Are you getting me? Right of association, you understand? Right for you to practice your own, that is to practice your own religion as you so wish, you understand? That one is there. Right to freedom of movement is there. A right for you not to be kept under detention beyond the required 24 hours without being sued to court is also there. Are you getting me? So there are a lot of rights, you understand, which I will encourage the viewers, if they want to so wish to know, you understand, they should visit section 33 of the Constitution. 1999 as amended. Are you getting me? Right for you to live, right for you to worship, right for you to belong to any political association of your own choice. Are you getting me? Is there. Are you getting me? So among the enormous rights, at least I can list just this few.
All right. So in the Nigerian climate now, do you think that the rights of Nigerians have been upheld? And if yes, how far have we come with that amendment? And if no, in what areas do you think that the Nigerians, the human rights of every Nigerian is not being upheld at all by the Constitution or by the people?
If you look at it, the right of every Nigerian is not being upheld today. And it is so sad to note that one of the key arms of the government that's supposed to be a good example are even the executor of abuse of power, which is the judiciary. Are you getting me? One of the major key people playing to human rights abuse today in Nigeria are the judiciary. You will discover in a law court, a judge will give that, okay, this person, with this kind of offense he has committed or she has committed, grant in bail. You will see another judge from another court giving a contrary judgment. Are you getting me? Thereby causing problem to human rights. Are you getting me? The judiciary are not helping matter. And before human rights can be protected in our country today, the judiciary need to sit up. And before the judiciary can sit up, the government need to grant the judiciary an independent operation. Are you getting me? Not that, okay, the government, you see the habit of the government choosing who a judge will be of a court, you understand, is also is causing a serious human rights abuse. Are you getting me? There are a lot of cases in the court whereby you will see that this is a clear human rights abuse. But because a judge was being appointed by a politician, or a politician referred his appointment, you understand, there will be abuse for the rule of law. So going forward, the human rights, you understand, are already trying to clamor, you understand, for how the judiciary can operate independently without interference from the executive arm of the government or the legislative arm of the government.
Now, we've had cases like, police brutality, unlawful detention, going on in the country, basically. What practical steps do you think that the government need to take to ensure that the rights of everyday Nigerians are preserved? Well,
you see, the issue of illegal detention, you understand, or prolonged detentions across the polices in Nigeria, you understand, the National Human Rights Commission have a very important role to play.
Okay.
Are you getting me? Because they are the recognized human rights, champions of human rights in the Constitution.
Yeah.
That is the NHRC. You understand? And the ICPC, International, Public Complaint Commission, you understand? The Public Complaint Commission and the National Human Rights Commission, they have a very important role to play in this regard. And what are the roles? You see, any other civil society organization, the government today can decide to even deregister them. Are you getting me? Citing one or two baseless grants, that because of this grant, this organization, just like the issue of IPOP, how they were being proscribed as a terrorist group. Are you getting me? The government can come up with such kind of plans. Are you getting me? So for the issue of awareness campaign to be effective, are you getting me? On human rights, on respect to human rights, NHRC and Public Complaint Commission must come together for a public sensitization across the country.
Okay.
Because civil society have limited operational power in the Constitution. The government does not recognize some. Are you getting me? And government has the power to even deregister anyone. Are you getting me? But NHRC, being a body recognized by government to champion the cause of human rights, as well as the Public Complaint Commission, they have a very greater and crucial role to play in sustaining human rights in Nigeria.
Don't you think that is shifting the whole responsibility away from the government to these civil society organizations? Because we're asking what you think the government can actually do, not other civil society organizations, basically.
If you're asking what government can do, you understand, it is no longer news today that if you even go to any National Human Rights Commission office today, you're either within the FCT or outside the FCT, as well as Public Complaint Commission, you understand, they keep telling you that even common flyers, they have no money to produce, to distribute for citizens, to know their rights, to know where to go and complain if their right is being infringed upon. Are you getting me? All these things, government should do proper funding to its own body, recognized body by the Constitution. That's NHRC and Public Complaint Commission. So that at least people can walk freely to go and make complaint. Okay, you know, when you get a flyer, that government can give you a pro bono service for you to prove your case beyond reasonable doubt in a court.
Yeah.
You understand? You know, once you get the flyer, you will always be able to make reference to it. That if I have this kind of challenge, I should go to the National Human Rights Commission office. They will give me a lawyer on pro bono. Are you getting me? That is via sensitization. But those things are not happening. Go to National Human Rights Commission office today, you will see most of them just sitting like a reception grant. Why? They have works to do, but no resources to effect the work.
Have they said that to the government? Because if we are saying the government needs to do this, the government needs to do that, there are people that are charged with the responsibility of correspondence to the government. Oh, we need this. This is what is to be done within the Human Rights Commission. And I agree that sensitization is such a big part, because if people don't know their rights, right,
it will continue to be abused.
And most of the things we see happening in societies today is because the citizens don't even know their rights, as a matter of fact. While I will not entirely give the responsibility to the government alone, because you as an individual have a part to play. You need to be able to read the Constitution. You need to be able to read the Human Rights Act and understand what your fundamental human rights are. While I don't give the entirety of that responsibility to the government, and the people will share in that blame as well, I also feel that there needs to be some level of correspondence where these people now go to the government to say, this is what we have found. People need to be educated, and this is the budget we have drawn for this sensitization or educational purpose for the Human Rights Commission. Do you think that they have done that correspondence and the government still vehemently refused to release funds for that purpose?
Ma, I believe they've done that.
You believe?
I
you know?
believe strongly.
Okay.
I believe strongly.
Do you know or believe?
I believe strongly, and I know. You understand?
So you're certain it has been
Yes,
done?
I'm certain about it.
Okay.
You understand? Because far back 2020, I was privileged to be with the then Executive Secretary of National Human Rights Commission, Ojoko. You understand? In a brief conversation in his office back then, in year 2021, you understand? He said their major problem is funding. You understand? That every year they will ask them to prepare a budget for the running cost of the office and operation of the office for a year. Are you getting me? That, for instance, they budgeted 10 naira. That, don't be surprised, what will be pushed to them is less than 1 naira. How do you expect such office to be effective? Go to the office there. Go and look some of the chairs they are sitting on. You will know that funding is a problem there. Are you getting me? And this thing is not is something that is visible. You understand? There's no office government we have interest upon. That is the executive arm we have interest upon, and you will not see the visibility everywhere. Are you getting me? So in the case, these are, if a government does not respect a Supreme Court judgment, and do you not think is a budget from National Human Rights Commission they will respect? Are you getting me? This thing, poor funding, is affecting the effectiveness of National Human Rights Commission and the Public Complaint Commission that's supposed to be champion of freedom fighters in Nigeria. All right.
Now, she made an analogy basically talking about the fact that the blame needs to be shared between the government, of course, the citizens of the nation. But what are some of the things, that Nigerian citizens should know and as well do to protect their own rights as members of the society?
Well, what Nigerian citizens need to do to protect their own rights, just like as she have said, is to acquaint themselves on the need to know their fundamental human rights and be guided by it. Are you getting me? And be guided by it. Just for example, you said, okay, no, a military cannot detain a civilian more than 24 hours. Are you getting me? If I'm grounded by that, I don't think there's no any military zone that will want to detain me more than 24 hours and I will accept. Because I will say, okay, instead of you to detain me, hand me over to a military police. Let the military police, in turn, take me to Nigerian police. Are you getting me? These are things Nigerian citizens need to know. And that's why Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, under the Board of Trustees, Chairmanship of Femi Falana, SAN, have been always on yearly basis. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Creating an awareness program. Are you organizing an awareness program on sensitizing citizens on their rights? Are you getting me? So for any citizen who is being sensitized of his or her rights, it is something that you need to take so serious to be able to defend it, because it's a different thing for you to know, and it's another different thing for you to be able to defend it. So in view of this, I encourage citizens that at least the Nigerian Constitution is not cost, it's less than 3,000 naira. Are you getting me? Every citizen to try to buy a copy. I'm not marketing for them. You understand? Buy a copy and just go through your fundamental human rights alone. And then, if possible, you also try to Google the United Nations Human Rights. Are you getting me? So that there are things when you are engaging with police, they will look at it, they will know that this one know what they do. You understand?
Okay.
All right, comrade.
Now, let me ask a question. The most fundamental human right of every citizen is the right to life. Yet, we see that insecurity has ravaged our communities and our society here in Nigeria. It's the same thing in different parts of the world, but we are narrowing it down to Nigeria because this is where we are in. This is where we live, literally. Now, at what point does insecurity in itself become a systemic violation of our human rights?
Okay, thank you so much. It becomes a systemic violation of our human rights when we are not safe. You understand? To live, when we are not safe, to operate on our daily activities. Are you getting me? If you look at Borno State, at least about when growing up, I was told, you understand, that Borno State used to be a very peaceful environment where people love to go. You understand? So insecurity has become a threat since late 2009 to 2010, that many people have been forced to leave their beautiful homes to another place. Many people have been forced to leave their profitable business where they were getting money to feed on themselves, sponsor their needs. Are you getting? Thereby, all those arts have become a threat to human life. Threat to human life is not all about bomb. It is not about maybe kidnapping alone. You see, anything that has to even be hunger on its own is a threat to life. Are you getting? Yeah. And if we look at it, the issue of insecurity has become so high that even farmers can no longer go to farm. Are you getting me? And move the produce to the market for people to be able to access and buy. So in view of this, the insecurity in Nigeria has become a systematic threat to the sustenance of every human being, irrespective of where we are now. Because those in the rural area, if they did not farm, we in the major city will also be feed it, because there will be food scarcity. So, and it has become a threat to the extent that some farmers who rely solely on farming to sponsor their children, to meet up with their family needs, are no longer having that rest of mind to go to farming.
We'll see that many young persons actually feel that their voices are not being heard rather.
You see?
Many young persons feel that their voices are not being heard. Talking about the case of human rights, how everyone can maintain their human rights as it is. What can they do? What can young people do to also join in the advocacy of human rights?
Okay, thank you so much. You see, we thank God tech has made everything easy. Most especially the use of social media. Are you getting me? If the government of any state is suppressing the right of any citizen, irrespective of where you are, I will encourage such a citizen to go on X, formerly Twitter, Facebook. It happened recently when an ally in Niger State, Comrade Issa Mokwa, his right was being infringed by the notorious Niger State governor. Are you getting me? Who was even a former legislator that ought to know that respect to human rights is very essential.
Please,
and not...
Pause a little bit. You referred to the Niger State governor as notorious.
Yes, now.
Why exactly is that?
Recently, the international community, you understand, have blacklisted him as one of the highest human rights abusers in Nigeria. So, am I the one that blacklisted him?
So we should base every, because we need to be careful at some point, because we cannot say that, first off, with our assertions, and secondly, we cannot take off the report of another country, and hold it as law. If they blacklisted Niger State because of the insecurity or the activities, the banditries, or how they call it, activities or extremist activities that take place within the state, we cannot now say that because they have said it, we must say the same thing. Do we have data to back that up?
Was he investigated?
Was he investigated?
Do you know
so
what?
We don't run with assertions that have not been investigated.
Do you know what? We are not talking about the mandatory issue. That is the insecurity issue. happening in Niger State.
Okay.
What we are talking now is the human rights abuse of a citizen in Niger State, and how social media was of help to such a citizen. Are you getting me? It is no longer news that the state governor of Niger State is abusing a lot of human rights. It's in everywhere. Are you getting me? So, if you said international community makes that assertion, here within our country, it's on video clips how he's behaving recklessly to fellow citizens, to even co-workers. Are you getting me? So these are not things that we need to even deny. It's undeniable. Go to YouTube, just put his name. Are you getting me? You will see a lot of abuses he has done. That even Federal High Court in Mina passed a judgment. You understand? That a bail should be granted. He refused.
Okay.
But through the efforts of people like Omoyole Sowore, who personally took up the issue by spreading it, Amnesty International in Nigeria also involved. That was when Comrade Isamuka was recently granted a bail about 2 weeks ago, after almost about 24 days in cell.
Now, when we see leaders like this abuse the human rights of other human beings, is there a provision in the Constitution that calls them to order? And if there is none, how do you think that these people can be called to order? Because you have highlighted, for the governor of Niger State, I think I have seen reports about one of his infringements on human rights, which is the right to speak, right? He shut down an entire
radio station.
Yes, radio station, which was
Bade.
basically infringing on the right to speak, you know, and a lot of people came for his neck because of that, but no punitive measures were taken. I'm not saying there always needs to be punitive measures, but there need to be consequences to actions, just so that it becomes a deterrent for other people not to take in that term in that same path. What provisions do we have in the Constitution that calls people like this to order?
After it's infringement on Bade FM in Niger State, at least the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation took a proactive step, positive proactive step, to intervene. Are you getting me? Yet it did not listen to them, which I believe is the highest body of communication in the country, and NCC. Are you getting me? They intervened, but it did not listen. Are you getting me? You see, some of these are leaders. They know the right thing, but they always choose not to comply with it. And why? They are shorty to some of the judges. They recommended some of the judges for appointment. And you cannot expect that today, if I make a recommendation for a judge to be the judge of my state, Kwara State, I will always have the relaxed mind that he will always protect my interests. So, and until there is until the judiciary is allowed to operate independently, that is when the provision in the law can work against most of these human rights violators.
Right.
As long as the judiciary is being controlled by the executive and by the legislators, we cannot get it right.
Okay.
The only way we can get it right is to continue to expose them on social media and to seek for visa ban on them.
Okay. Now, if you could speak to policymakers directly right now, what is that one human rights issue that you want them to address urgently?
If I am to sit with the policymakers that I will want them to effect on human rights, protection of human rights, they should grant the judiciary independence operation. Are you getting me?
Okay.
By so doing, there will be respect for human rights in the country. Because we cannot get it right as long as these people are the one funding the judiciary. Okay, now recently, we heard that they are building judges' quarters. Will I build a house for you and you will sit to preside on my case? To jail me? It cannot happen. The roof of that house must come down that very day. Are you getting me? So, in this sense, as long as judges begins to continue to romance with the executive, I'm sorry to say, it will be so difficult to sustain human rights.
Okay. All right, so finally, anyways, what message would you like to give Nigerians, basically about the importance of standing up for human rights?
You see, the message I want to give to Nigeria on the sustenance of human rights, for them to continue to defend their rights, is that where there is no protection of human rights, the tendency for violence is always high.
Okay.
Because you abuse my right, I always try to come and plan for a way to come and abuse your right. Your relative will also be involved. So from there, violence may arise. So we should try our best to unite and champion how the judiciary can operate independently in this country.
All right.
All right, that's very, now that you have said it, and for Nigerians, because you remember before we concluded the conversation, we said we also have a part to play. We need to be able to be acquainted with the Constitution and our rights. What would you say to Nigerians in that light? Because if you don't know that, you shouldn't be detained beyond 24 hours without being taken to the courts. If you don't know that, you'll be detained for days and weeks and you remain in custody. If you are not aware of the little provisions that the law makes to preserve you as a citizen, you would not be able to fight for that right. You can't fight for what you don't know. So what would be your advice to Nigerians as well?
Well, my advice for the Nigerians is that they should try as much as they can to always look for the enlightened people to ask questions. And he or she who ask questions, you understand, become more wiser. Are you getting me? Because if you don't know, what you don't know is more than you. And what you know will continue to be a guide to you. And that is why in the celebration of today, we have resolved to visit most of the police divisions in FCT. And thanks to the FCT Commissioner of Police in FCT for his cooperation, we are trying to go around FCT, some divisions, ask the DPO, bring the detainees out. What are their offense? Since when they've been here? Those who have spent beyond 24 hours, then we come together on a round table. Please, can you sue them? Are you getting me? Those who are on the timeline of 24 hours, if their offense is bailable, let them grant them bail. Are you getting me? So we encourage Nigerians to try to ask the elite what they need to know so that they can also be careful not to act in a way that is against the constitution of the land.
All right. Thank you, Comrade Bade Daniel.
Thank you so much, Comrade.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we have been with Comrade Bade Daniel, the Secretary Committee for Defense of Human Rights. Again, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much.
And explaining extensively what the rights of Nigerians are and what they should know about that. Now, conclusively, I think that Comrade has said the most part, or has talked about the most part of it, where the rights of citizens are not upheld in this part of the world.
Right.
And it's very unfortunate to see how people are being bullied in different aspects. He made mention of labor laws and how, the rights of certain citizens are not upheld. You would see that someone will work and not be paid for months. And there's no, how do I explain it? There's no one is calling that person to order.
Right.
Public or private sector, a worker deserves his wage
right.
and should be paid. Many organizations go months without paying their staff members. Now they flaunt labor laws. Nobody is upholding the law, and nobody is asking very important questions as to why those things are not being done when they are clearly stated in the Constitution as well. Right. Your right also, and knowledge of your right is your responsibility, and you must take that as serious as possible.
Very true. And the truth is, you can't do anything if you do not know. Absolutely. Right? And of course, knowing is one thing, and also getting to know the appropriate authorities that you should talk to is another thing. So I think it's really important that all Nigerians should, first of all, invest in the knowledge of getting to understand that these are my human rights, and these are the institutions, that I should speak to whenever my human right is being infringed upon. And when that is done, I believe that we can actually lead a better society as much as possible. Remember, today is the International Human Rights Day, so it's important that you, as a person, do not, continually step on the rights of other people. All right, so get to understand the rights of people as well, so that you yourself don't get to fall victim of abuse in the society.
Exactly. If you must call the government out, if you must come before equity, you must come with clean hands. So you as an individual should uphold the rights of the citizens and the people around you. And this goes out to people who have mates that live with them.
Yes.
They also have rights that need to be protected.
Of course.
This goes out to people who are employers of labor. It goes out to employees as well. Your employer has a right that you must be able to uphold. It goes out to the government and everybody, every single individual. It's important that we prioritize the feelings and the rights of the people that we come in contact with on a daily basis. And now, to end the conversation, we would remind you that we are active across social media platforms: on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and Twitter, which is now X. It is at Rapid TV. This conversation definitely will be uploaded, or it airs on YouTube as well, at Official Rapid TV. You can like, share, subscribe, and let your friends be a part of this conversation by telling us what they think and what they have learned throughout the conversation. We have a website that is very much active that lets you connect with us from different parts of the world at www.rbnradiotv.com. My name is Martha Alu.
And of course, my name is Victor. Okay, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.